Hi, I'm Kristin.
And I'm Natasha.
And this is another episode of The Student's Perspective. We are live here today at our booth at High Point Market in the Suites. And we are here with John Thompson. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is John Thompson. I am Vice President of Sales for the Southeast region for Loloi Rugs.
So how did you get started with Loloi?
Actually, filming here in Market Square. This is where I started my career in the mid-90s, working for a very prominent rug company. And it was really a fantastic experience. And what's really interesting is I actually walked the old showroom before I got here, just to kind of reminisce a little bit. So yeah, Market Square started it all.
That's so interesting. So I guess I want to take a little step back about your education background and how that led you to where you are today.
Absolutely nowhere.
Oh,
all right,
okay,
right?
great.
You didn't expect that. So I have a degree in biology and a minor in chemistry, and pursued that career probably for a good 8-9 years. Yeah, and at which point made a life change. But I do have to credit my parents for leading me into where I'm at. So my father was a professional sculptor and artist in Philadelphia. Yeah, it was really amazing. So growing up, had a deep affinity for fine art and an understanding of space and scale, and also just being able to actually assist and work on projects as in my younger years. So it was always embedded, and I came to the conclusion that I absolutely needed to follow my heart and passion instead of the degree I kind of pushed myself into.
Yeah, I love it. Every interview so far, absolutely everyone brought up passion. It's so easy. It really is.
Totally understand.
So what about rugs in general? Like, how did you end up, you said you worked at a rug place before Loloi as well. How did you end up in that field?
Well, in that field, I actually took a spell off from work in the chemistry arena and found myself being pulled in as a consultant to a friend of a friend that had an Oriental rug store and carpet store in Atlanta. And I ended up actually coming in to consult on sales. And I converted what we just talked about with my, parental influence and understanding of art and art history, trained his sales staff, and we converted a huge amount of sales to the point where he really wanted me to join his organization full time. So I did that, and I ended up managing his stores, and it was a wonderful experience, and that actually exposed me to some amazing vendors. So that's how I got familiar, and when it was time for me to get back traveling again, I took an opportunity as a sales representative in a territory and really worked my way up.
What's your favorite part about being in sales and your favorite part about your job?
Oh my gosh, it's the people. Okay, it really
Has
is.
to be.
It is. I mean, I just, like you both, I love working with people, helping people, and serving people. And it's, and when you're in a transaction and in a field that offers a product that makes you happy, makes you comfortable, makes you proud of your space, and and as all of a sudden your choice is an extension of who you are. I love that. That's a happy transaction. That's a good dollar transaction. Yeah, so we really like improving lives and lifestyles. So that's what I connected with.
Yeah, so I guess I want to ask, being VP of sales, are you more so training other employees, representatives, or are you on the floor most of the time?
Well, my duties as VP of the Southeast is I manage an overall territory. I guess it's 7 states, and within those 7 states, I have 25 representatives that I don't want to say report to me. We collaborate. It's really a team, and yes, there are some that there's a distinctive amount of training that goes on. And I like to ride with my sales representatives. I want to make sure we're delivering the right message. We want to make sure that, they have a full understanding of the product. Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about Loloi? I don't think we touched on this yet. Like, what
Sure.
exactly they have?
Loloi, without a doubt, is one of the most amazing and innovative companies in the industry, and I don't mean that in the rug industry. I mean that in the home furnishing sense of the word.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an exceptional company with high character, with a passion to serve also, and our founder and owner Amir Loloi. And his family, his two sons, Stephen and Cyrus, have assembled and this is our 15th year anniversary, have assembled an amazing team of talent and professionals. And I've been here 11 out of the 15 years, so I know what those early days look like.
Yeah.
A couple of segments there. And I have to tell you, I think we're just that different a company because of it. It's not just pushing rugs, developing them because we can. Mm-hmm. It's really, we're out there bent every day and setting our sights on, like I told you before, the product improves the consumer's life. Our goal is to really improve the lives and lifestyles of the people that are retailing also our product. Yeah, so we have a distinct drive on that too. It's a wonderful company.
So could you tell us what about the fundamentals of your design and what makes Loloi different?
That's an awesome question. Loloi, in this, the markets are awash in product. I mean, there's just so much of it everywhere. So I think that what really continues to set Loloi apart is that we want to work in different dimensions. Okay, this is not a linear product. It's not. It operates off of many axes, and the products themselves do too. And so what we really concentrate very heavily on is developing texture, and we develop that texture in rugs. We develop it in pillows. We develop it in throws. And you've seen the art. That's very highly textural. So what we're finding in the market is that the consumer is extremely tactile. They want soft. So texture is also about touch, not just visual. So we're continuing to craft products along all of those lines. Whether it's a dimension of high, low, and some it just happens to be incredible yarn systems that deliver this amazing underfoot experience. So all of a sudden you're walking on one of our rugs and you stop for just a split second. You go, hey, what am I on?
Yeah.
And then you're forced to look down and you're forced to really kind of connect with the product. So, and it's wonderful because we made that transition over into our pillow segment, and pillows have, we're maybe into it 4 or 5 years. I can't remember specifically, but to see the program like that to develop into the scale that it's developed is really exciting, because we start, it's not just printed pillows, it's cabled, it's creweled, it's all sorts of textures that the consumer is just going to love, and they want to put their hand on it, and they want to be proud of it, and they want to chop it, and they want to make it beautiful, make their home beautiful with it. So we're every day, our teams are busy making sure we get the right texture out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, visiting your showroom, of course, it's all covered in rugs, but then we also noticed pillows collection, and then also you started working with art and like wall decor. So how is that improving? Is that working for you guys?
You guys have done your homework. Yeah, you've been snooping around. That's good.
Well, we visited last market. So.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
I find that so interesting how you have rugs and then you have pillows and throws. It's like there's like that hop between, like you have that floor connection, but then you also have
hand touch.
Right.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
making our way up the wall with art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting that you bring that up, because, and I actually never thought about that. It's a scale, it's a visual, and it's surrounding the home.
Yeah. Maybe you'll have some bedspreads sooner or later.
Who knows?
You guys keep improving.
I'll leave that up to PD.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Cool.
So art is new to us, and but it's something special, because we didn't set out to be, there are many great names in this industry that have wonderful products. We wanted our product to be a genuine extension of who we are as a textile company. And I think that's the most important thing to remember. So everything is handcrafted, everything is hand done, just like our rugs. So therefore, as we enter into different markets and we grow, it's really important that we kind of compose a lifestyle. So, maybe it's a Loloi lifestyle coming on. I don't know. Yeah.
That's so cool. So you talk about being handcrafted. We are a little educated on the background, but would you be able to tell the rest kind of where it originated, where it's being handcrafted, kind of like the little background of how big that crew is over where it's being crafted?
Well, we really just launched this in April. That was our first gallery here at High Point in our showroom. And our product development team really set to work. It's something, it's really still an unexplored and developing arena for us, but right now we're doing most of the handcrafting in India. Yeah.
So amazing. And do you know how long the work process is for one individual rug?
Or for one rug or the art?
One rug. Let's go back to the rugs.
Okay. So if we're on the rug side of the house, it just depends on the weave, because we weave in Egypt, Turkey, Afghanistan, Pakistan. We do a lot of development work, China, across the globe. And Amir Loloi works so hard overseas. Probably a good portion of the entire year he's gone with our product, in and out with product development there. So to answer your question a little bit more clearly, it depends on the weave of the rug. Some rugs that are hand woven can take up to a year to complete. Yeah, so you might, these factories will assign weavers a series, maybe 2 or 3 on an unusually large rug. Yeah, and a lot of times you only can get a foot per month on that hand knotted rug. Now we have other types of constructions we deal with. These are hand tufted products or machine made products. Obviously the time and the scale is different. We can create those within months and machine made product within days. Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of collaborations with some really amazing designers. Personally, love Joanna Gaines. Can you tell us a little bit about how that all works, collaborating with different designers?
Yeah, sure. Actually, these licenses are completely new to us. We've had several prior, but working with Joanna and Magnolia Home, and it's been an amazing learning experience too, because we do work hand in glove with their organization, and I love the collaboration and the development. It's a real hands-on effort that she puts forth, and and in terms of Ellen, DeGeneres, and the Ed composition, it's amazing to see this develop over time. And what we try and do in those both are rugs, pillows, and throws. Again, creating more of a lifestyle. Our dealers will take that in, or our design base will utilize these globally. It's fun. And of course we have Justina Blakeney, who I'm not sure if we discovered her or she discovered us, but however, I think the point is that we absolutely love working with the design trade, and she happened to have a very influential blog, reaching well over 1 million people. And we could spend an awful lot of money out there in trade magazines, but we think that actually connects the product deeper. Yeah, and makes it more relevant in the marketplace.
Yeah, and I'm sure it adds. They all have different styles. Magnolia versus Justina versus Rifle Paper Co. and Ellen gives it a nice diverse.
Oh, it's huge! It's huge.
There.
I'm glad you mentioned Rifle Paper Company. We've just started with Anna Bond and her crew, and absolutely adore this line too. And you're right, and it's that diversity. I mean, and what we, each one is special in its own distinct way. And with Rifle Paper, we really love the fact that she reaches a much younger market, and and that's what we need to do. We need to reach that young girl that's 19, 20, 21, and gets accustomed to the Loloi brand. She loves her experience with rifle paper, and she grows with us over time. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. We were like even discussing before, like we were wondering what type of generation do you attract like in Loloi?
Yeah, like your target audience.
Yeah, I think we're really across the board because we deal with everybody that could be a dorm room purchase, it could be a child's room purchase. You've got empty nesters that are downsizing, and we're building product that's actually more contemporary, and it's a lot of fun to see somebody my age going, hey, at late 50s, I think we need a change up here. Yeah. So and it's funny because the market, I think a couple of years ago everybody thought that traditional was kind of petering out. No way, not at all. You still have to have that segment. You still have to have your contemporary. You still have to have your transitional.
We talked about that before about traditional, and the same conversation on how some people say traditional is petering out, but then it still is a timeless thing. What would you say to somebody that was on the fence about whether to go to say like Walmart or Target to buy their rug versus buying a handmade, handcrafted, handmade quality rug?
That's an interesting question. I really, the answer has to be based on lifestyle. Okay, and it's whether it's Walmart or whether it's Target or whether it's a local retailer that somebody finds this kind of product in. I think you shouldn't be bound by just heirloom pieces or hand knotted. I think that if you have a large family, you have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 3 kids, we want to recommend a product for that, and it might be a polypropylene, polyester, machine-made product.
Yeah.
And it also comes down to budget too. So you guys are in college, you have limited budgets. You're just coming up, and Target's a great event. They have great products.
Target.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. I guess my next question would be the whole topic of technology, and how does that play an impact on your role as being sales?
Oh, yeah.
Do people nowadays, would they rather go online and start shopping online? Like, do you find that transition, people shifting away from buying in showrooms, having that one-on-one interaction?
You know what? The consumer still wants to touch and feel these products.
Of course.
Okay. And yes, online sales are growing, exponentially every year. However, technology is actually integrating into the developmental side of the product too, not just the way you find it and buy it. And what's been exciting for us here at Loloi is to really pioneer our digital composition. We have several lines that we work with and develop in Turkey, and Italy actually, which is really fun to see. And what that's allowed us to do is actually reach your generation to develop a product that gives that traditional look of a hand knotted rug at a fraction of the cost. You're gonna be walking out of a store for $549 for this magnificently beautiful 9x12 rug that's digitally printed, and it's gonna last your lifetime. Yeah.
How about technology in terms of like marketing? I'm sure it's impacted the way you've done. I know probably your Instagram page for Loloi, and it's like, how has that helped influence sales?
Well, it does nothing but help the recognition of the brand. Our team, that puts out our social media works extremely hard, because in my lifetime, I grew up with dial-up phones, on there. And you guys have known nothing but cell phones. So if that's where you get your information, that's where we're going to be. Yeah, and I think it continues. For us, the challenge is how do we enhance and enrich that experience? How do we provide the kind of content you're looking for? And what we love about this particular technology is that it really is the mother of 1,000. One person gets onto it and then it shoots out everywhere because your generation is an amazingly networked arena of influencers. So that's what we're after out here. Yeah.
So I guess where do you see Loloi going in the future?
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
I know, it seems it.
It really is. You know what? I'll share it this way. You know, we've been very blessed to have achieved the size and scale that we've achieved, but it's not growth for growth's sake. It's about being really good at what you do, being the best, and the rest follows. You know, and that's the philosophy we operate off of daily. Not only it's top down, but on the management level, and then it's also permeates all through. Whether you're somebody that's working in a warehouse and you've just joined us. So we want to create a better experience, but. I see our company definitely on a major growth trajectory that is just, we're not stopping. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess continuing the topic of future, you've been told like we kind of are like the future designers. We're the next generation coming up.
Sure.
Do you have any students relationships? Like, do you have students coming into the company or internships in a way?
We do. We have internships. We love you all. I mean, you guys are the next generation, and it's really important to us. And actually, it's not just on the design side; it's on the sales side too. So we have a great, we seek out really talented people to work with us as sales associates. Okay, a lot of them, referred to as temps. We don't like that, but we integrate the men and women into our sales teams, and we're talking to two that have really risen through the ranks right now. They're going to be graduating, and we would, hopefully we can make them an offer. On the design side. We actually have the largest design team in the rug industry. We've got 14 people in there right now. They are all so young, so talented, and of course we try and recruit from all sorts of arenas out there. They're wonderful schools like the one y'all go to. But yes, we have internships that we can integrate there.
Well, we appreciated last market in the spring, we stumbled into Loloi booth.
Right.
And we appreciated the experience that we had there. We found you in the booth, and you took us around and you gave us the time to show us different areas and teach us about the collection. And we experienced the other
that was a good experience?
Yeah, because I mean, other times you walk into booths and they're just like, if you're not a buyer, we're not interested.
Yeah,
if you're not the industry, we're not interested.
That's really a shame, because I would hope that all of us in the homes furnishings industry would welcome young, inquisitive folks that are hungry to learn out there like yourselves. But I really appreciate Steven, because he's creating and continuing to create a vehicle to help you integrate, okay, and expose you guys to folks like us out there.
Sure. We appreciate him so much.
Yes, we do. Wouldn't be here without him.
That's right. No, it's the truth. And remember, all of the things around you are temporary. It's the people we care about. Okay? And this is a vehicle that we love to make. But in the end, that's how we're really connected. We're not connected by rugs and pillows and throws. We're connected by a moment like this, and we're connected by better understanding. Okay, so we, and that's what we try to do. And I was really happy to host. How many? That was like 16 people or something. I mean, you had this entourage that came walking through.
Yeah. It's cool. It is interesting.
And I think it's important too, going off of that. When we have negative experiences in booths, then it kind of, not necessarily, it tarnishes the way we sort of perceive that company when we're turned away. And I think that's also, a good thing to have a very welcoming community for the students, because then when we go out, we remember, oh, well, I tried to go there once and they said, no, you can't come in. When we go to use that product in the future, I think that's going to negatively impact.
Yeah, you'll remember that experience. And I'm glad you touched on that, because, at Loloi, we work hard to develop a different and better experience, and it's not just with product. It's all the way across the board.
I
So
think that's pretty evident from what we've seen so far.
Yes, so clearly your sales reps are amazing on the floor, you yourself.
I think so.
Do you guys attend like specific programs to help benefit the way that you guys perform on the floor?
Well, we, like other companies, want to make sure that when our sales representatives join, they're here for market. We have a very extensive training program. This year we actually had 5 individual group walkthroughs. That's how many we had to do. But you have to craft that to take the time, not only to introduce them to the product. We go way beyond that. We want to share the backstory, and that's and we have our product development team walk with us or come in and out when they can. And I love that because when you're on the street, and I've been a sales rep a long time, besides being a manager, you need a backstory. You need to understand why it was created. Maybe you need to understand a little bit better about how it performs or will performs out there. And so we do a lot we take a great effort and pride in making sure that our representation out there has the full story.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of A Student's Perspective, and thank you, John, for sitting here with us today.
Thanks for the invite. It was my pleasure.
Woohoo! We'll see you next time.